Hi, everybody. I hope that you're all doing very well. This is a beware to content creators. I think most of us, we've seen as creativity, trying to attract clicks and views, that things have just gotten more and more and more and more outrageous. From, bullhorns, screaming, playing crime babies in the middle of the night, all kinds of just nutty, nutty, crazy things. And so this story is coming from ET, and it is a young content creator out of India, and she has died. She's 29 years old. She was filming, and let's just listen and see what happened, because it's horrifying.
Everything is so crowded.
Wait a minute. Why aren't we hearing it? Sorry about that. There we go.
Or expensive, but here are 5 places which are cheap and not crowded.
Travel influencer Anvi Kamdar has died. She was 27 years old. Anvi died after a trip to the Kumbhe waterfall in her home country of India. The influencer was filming a video when she slipped and fell 300 feet into a gorge, later dying from her injuries in a local hospital, according to local reports.
This is the most romantic city in India. If love is in the air had one word, it would be Udaipur. I chose this place to go for a date overlooking the city palace, and the night vibes are even better.
Anvi has nearly 300,000 followers on Instagram, best known for sharing her budget-friendly travel tips.
I bet you're thinking where to travel next. But it's too expensive. From Hungary to Nepal, which months have the cheapest flights? So the western islands of Turkey by the Aegean Sea are the most surreal ones, with cafes, yachts, parties, and have a lot of Greek inspiration, but actually cost half than Greece.
In her final post on Monday, Anvi shared her 5 favorite places to visit during India's rainy season.
If you want to do something offbeat, then
So I think that we've all kind of seen, we've seen creators, people trying to make a name for themselves on social media, regardless of what platform they're using. We've seen people do things incredibly outrageous, right? I mean, the media itself, mainstream media, the corporate media, they've long said, sex sells. And so you'll see a lot of advertisements, things like that, where people really try to use sexuality to attract attention. I know we've had our own, even some creators that were covering true crime stories that would go live and they'd have their boobs all hanging out, right? And yes, it is something that attracts people. Or outrageous behavior like cussing and screaming and yelling and fighting. The drama community very, very often uses taboo behavior, bad behavior, rude, unruly, to attract attention, to get viewers, to attract followers. And now more and more, we are in fact seeing people doing dangerous things in an effort to get the perfect shot, or to get attraction, or just to have a video go viral with people saying, "Oh my God, did you see XYZ?" Right? So there's something to be said for this. I thought this was such a sad story. Here's this young woman who's got actually a really successful business that she's created online, 27 years old, and just not being aware of safety, trying to get the perfect background, ends up slipping and falling to her death. So it's a pretty great. Hey, Betty Barclay from Wales, good to see you. It's a good reminder to be really careful about what it is that you're going for, that you don't end up doing something dangerous or foolish, All right. What about y'all? Are there other stories like this one of Anvi, where people were just trying to do their job, or they were just trying to make a name, and it led to disaster, even early death? Sometimes it's not early death. Sometimes it's the destruction of their professional reputation. Sometimes it's the end of a marriage. There's a lot of different ways that we can be harmed. Here's one that comes right off the top of my head. We talked about Foodie Beauty day before yesterday, I think. Day before yesterday. We talked about Foodie Beauty, and that she went live and she's weeping and she's saying her marriage to Salah is over. She's got to go back to Canada. And I said, this is a really tragic, sad story. Is this real, or is this a money grab? Is she using sad fishing to try to get some cash coming in? You guys will not believe it, but last night, guess who is happy and in love together filming at Kuwait City Tim Hortons? Yeah, Foodie Beauty with her loving husband, Salah. So it was all just a cash grab. It was the outrageous. Now, maybe her crying and her saying that the marriage is over and she has to go back to Canada, maybe that gets her increased views just for that video. Maybe it even gets her a few super chats. But guess what? She lost subscribers. As soon as they came out and doing the video, showing them all in love, and she's eating a huge fattening donut and drinking a sugary coffee, everything that Salah has been saying we can't do, your diabetes is killing you, we can't keep rushing you to the hospital. Once she gets that sugary, fattening, carb heavy meal, apparently she's forgiven him, and now their life is great and they come back together. So again, I think certainly not this horrible, tragic tale of this young 27-year-old woman who had a beautiful channel and was really making great content. Her misstep leading to her death, of course, is terrible and significant and a great cautionary tale for everyone. But even on the shallow end of things, even on the less sophisticated end of things, you have people like Foodie Beauty that are just outright bald-faced lying to their own subscribers to try to evoke emotion and to try to manipulate people emotionally. And while she may have gotten increased views on that one video, she's now lost subscribers because everybody says, oh, here we go again, more of her manipulation and lies. So I think for sure, if we're going to, those of us that do content, we have our channels or whatever, I think we have to be careful. I think we have to hold ourselves to our own moral or ethical standards and make sure that what we're saying, that we're not being outrageous intentionally. I do think that there were a few people that were not, how should I say this? There were a few people that did not like my video on Joe Biden and him being diagnosed with COVID. And then I think they had really legitimate points of view. Like one of them said, I come to true crime videos because I'm weary of the never-ending political commentary, right? I think that's an absolutely legit view, and it is definitely important for her to give her opinion and have input. Cinema Shogun, who I watch faithfully, he has really gotten caught up in the assassination information. And yet he also, it seems to be getting this behind the scenes messaging, sometimes not behind the scenes, but many of his regular viewers saying, this is not what we we don't want to get caught up in the politics. We don't want to listen to politics. I get his point. He says this isn't about politics. This is about an assassination, whether or not the Department of Justice, our own government, was involved in that. And that matters. It's not a statement on liberal, conservative, Democrat, Republican. He's very, very interested in the legal, the potential criminality of someone, maybe an operative, training this would-be assassin. I still think he is an assassin. He killed one guy and critically wounded two other guys that were just in the audience. So he has made a separate channel, and this is kind of a sad testimony. He has made a separate channel so that he can discuss and talk about his research, his interest in Crooks and the assassination attempt, so that his main channel doesn't get attacked, people unsubscribing because they want to have a different political position or whatever. And I think that's terrible. I think that's part of why we're so polarized is we're no longer willing to listen to each other. And I think it's really sad. But without a doubt, whether we're talking politics or we're talking about trying to get the perfect shot and then our foot slipping and leading us to our death, she fell into a 300-foot gorge. Whether we're doing outrageous things like screaming and yelling and cussing at each other, I think any of these examples are notable for the subscribers and the creators on YouTube. Why do we feel like we have to go to these extremes? And maybe we're making clicks and views too important. Maybe we should be more authentic in what we're doing with our channels. And then as subscribers, we go to the channels that we really want to see, that we really are interested in. I don't think the goal should be outrageous antics. I don't think that we would want YouTube to turn into a never-ending slapstick comedy or discussing obnoxious human behavior. I think those of us that have found YouTube and spend most of our, tube time on YouTube, I think most of us are looking for just good conversation with people that have the same kind of belief structure that we have. And I do think that's true. So who are y'all talking about, AV? Let me look. Yeah, true crime is definitely happening in politics, Sweet Tea. Absolutely. And I'm glad that Cinema Shogun is resisting his urge to avoid what needs to be talked about. I think I lost 28 subscribers with my Joe Biden and COVID video. 28 people that enjoy true crime, so they must enjoy looking at facts and comparing reality versus lies. 28 people couldn't tolerate fact. Like every single thing I put in that video was fact. Everything was fact. And they couldn't tolerate it. And I'm a little small channel compared to someone like, Shogun or others. They're just trying to stop the narrative. They're just trying to stop people from talking about reality. The reality is that a bullet went through Donald Trump's body into the body of a man who protected his two daughters and his wife. Other bullets went into two other American citizens. And if our Department of Justice had something to do with it, it should be spoken about. It should be. It doesn't matter which side did it. It must be acknowledged. So hats off to Cinema Shogun. I've subscribed to his new channel where he's discussing the assassination. And I'm sort of playing with the idea of maybe doing it myself. Just not sure if I want to do that or not. I want to be respectful of everybody. You know, those 28 people that decide to unsubscribe, I'm sad about that. I wish they hadn't done that. But I also think that I think it's okay for me to have an opinion on this foolish story about Biden having COVID after we've seen extraordinary physical and cognitive decline. I'm weary of this government lying and misleading. And so if I want to talk about it, I'm able to do that. I don't want to alienate my friends. I don't want to upset my friends or anything. So that's in my calculus, whether I want to talk about it, the assassination part. But for Cinema Shogun, if y'all are interested, he is doing it. And so, hey, Jennifer, Rebecca, truth be told, how are you doing? Hey, DB, Connie, good to see you. Sketty Nona, my friend, how are you? Hi, Ginger Girl, good to see you. St. Elmo's Fire, it's one of my favorite movies. Have you watched Ben Thorpe? I'm not sure. Let me look this up. Ben Thorpe. I don't even know who Ben Thorpe is. Let's see. Ben Thorpe. Oh, is he covering his family? Oh! Ben Thorpe admits to sexting his daughter? Yuck. Ben Thorpe, a story of abuse. Wow, this is crazy.
You look like you're going to cry and then you hold back because you're so afraid of doing something.
What?
Right?
No, that's literally not why.
Why hasn't this man been arrested? Has he been arrested? St. Elmo's Fire. Holy crap. Oh my God. My apologies to all of you. I had no idea. Wow. Oh my God. Thank you, Lady Rebel. Look, it is very disheartening. I don't even devote hours and hours and hours and hours and hours to my content. Some content creators do. This is their job, and they're very conscientious and they work really hard, right? I wish I could. I need my income. I'm not independently wealthy. So I don't have the luxury and the freedom of working on YouTube 24 hours a day. I wish I did. I would definitely do more, just like this last week when I couldn't do work because of the hurricane. Y'all can see I put out more content, but I can't do that. I need a regular income. But there are people that do. There are people that are trying to make a living using, social media or whatnot. And it's really disheartening that just because you choose a topic that maybe 28 people out of 17,000 disagree with, why do you need to unsubscribe? Why not? Oh, Connie, thank you. You are a sweetheart. Thank you so much. Connie just joined as a new member. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Why do something passive aggressive like unsubscribe? It's okay if someone thinks things maybe has a different opinion than you do on one thing, right? Queen Bee, she struck my channel. It's the only strike I've ever gotten on my channel after 3 or 4 years of having a channel. she struck my channel. I'm not sure why I don't know why she did it. I wasn't even talking about her or the topic. One of the panel guests was talking about medication, ADHD, autism, and they were saying something that was categorically untrue, categorically non-factual. My job, my training, my business, I'm a licensed psychologist. I work with kids. I work with people with autism. I know what the truth is. And I did a quick little video talking about the truth about medication and whatnot, what it does and all. And it was fast. It was not dramatic. It wasn't controversial. It was nothing. And yet she did a full-blown strike on me. And I had real mixed feelings about it. I didn't fight it. I'm just sitting with that active strike, not going to request that she remove it, not going to do that, because I feel like it was an intentional trying to suck me into the madness. I don't care anything about arguing and being angry on YouTube, but it also didn't make me angry and furious and I needed revenge and I need to go after her. None of that. So, people approach their channels differently for different reasons. And maybe those people that watch you and they've been a subscriber for a long time, and then you do one video that they then unsubscribe, maybe there's something else going on. Maybe it's okay. Like Lady Rebel said, maybe it's okay if they left. So, you don't know, but I thought 28 people can't tolerate that you report the facts. He was in fact diagnosed with COVID. He is in fact in cognitive decline. He is in fact being asked to step down by his party. Hunter Biden is in fact going into high-level cabinet meetings, as well as Jill Biden. It's a disaster. It's crazy that this is the United States government, and it's frightening, right? We would hope that the United States government, with the power that it has over the entire world, not just us, but the world, we would hope that whoever is in charge is lucid, logical, healthy, rational, that they're aware of their ethical mandates, that they know the laws, that they honor their top secret clearance. I mean, the video was not outrageous or out of line, not at all. But 28 people felt strongly that they unsubscribed. So that's where I am. I don't participate in channels that are run like a communist country. Thank you, Lady Rebel. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. I was not unsubbed. I would just not watch that one live. Thank you. See, and that's my reaction, right? If there's plenty of people that I watch that I may not like a particular topic for whatever reason, I don't feel like I have to unsubscribe and be traumatized, and lash out. I just don't watch. There's lots of really great channels. There's lots of great content. I just go to the next one. So thank you, Connie, for that rational approach. It's extremely hypercritical of Queen Bee to strike you because all she does is review other channels. Well, I noticed that, right? So I was a little bit taken back. And then I went and watched, and all she's doing is playing other people's lives, like the whole live. I just commented on one thing, and that was just to correct in bald-faced wrong information. I gave proper information for the good of the parents of these kids. The parents who have children that are on the spectrum or they're ADHD and they've been prescribed medication, the information that was being said would have potentially frightened parents, made parents uncomfortable, maybe caused them to just withdraw the medication altogether. And I just simply corrected it, saying it's okay. It's not dangerous. If you feel nervous, you should call your prescribing doctor. This is the truth of the medication. And that's all I did. I didn't make any commentary on the personalities, the people, nothing. But she elected to do it anyway. And I was surprised. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure how she rectified that in her mind, how she reconciled that, other than was she just trying to be controversial and twist something off? I don't know the answer to that. I don't know. Trump haters have tunnel vision. There is no such thing as neutrality among the masses anymore. Well, hey, Jackie Blue, how are you doing? Unfortunately, we're a nation divided, and we should not be, because I think one of my YouTube channels has 666 subs. While playing Fortnite, I yelled, "Take that sucker!" My channel was deleted. You know what, Global Phenom? Having 666 subs can be an eerie feeling. I agree. Yeah. So are you rebuilding now? Are you going to build a new channel? Wow. Take that, sucker. That's funny. Yeah, people love Fortnite. No, we do not have to look at this monster asshole. Wow, he is a jerk. Okay, so it says he got entitled streamer gets arrested live on YouTube.
Come out now!
Can't open it.
Benjamin, get out!
I knew I could see him
Yeah. Come on, Benjamin.
Yeah.
You made this so much harder on yourself, my man. Thanks for lying, but we got him.
This is Benjamin Thorpe, who operates in conjunction with his daughter the YouTube channel called Thorpe TV. And yesterday, he was arrested by the K9 units for violating a restraining order. Now, the rabbit hole is extremely deep with this one, and I don't claim to be an expert in Thorpology, so I'll just give you guys a brief rundown of who these people are. So, at first glance, Thorpe TV appears to be a family vlogging channel with a father and his daughter. That's just at first glance. When you peel the onion, you realize that at the very least, there's emotional abuse going on and physical abuse, and possibly even something more sinister. Now, I noticed them a year ago before they became a mainstream locale, and she was in a mall and she was saying the N-word for money with a hard ER. So I knew there was something messed up going on there, and he was sexualizing his daughter, trying to basically...
Gross. All right. So good news is the jerk has been arrested. That is great news. 666 is an angel number. So Global Phenom has a brand new channel. If you guys like to watch Fortnite, there you go. It's sad because the issues that politicians shove down our throats really aren't issues at all. And they actually distract us from success and peace in our lives. It's like passive manipulation. I think it's active manipulation. I think it's active. I think the whole court case and the never-ending arrest and all that, I think that's active manipulation. Queen Bee's arrest records of all of YouTube, and we know users of Devil Dust Brains don't work the same. Queen Bee's arrest records. I don't know anything about, I don't know anything about Queen Bee at all. They have gotten incredibly bold, Sweet Tea. You guys, y'all should go over to Shogun Cinema. I'm sorry, Cinema Shogun. Y'all should go over to his channel. He's done a brand new channel that will only be about the assassination. Wow. Y'all would not believe what our United States government is up to with this story. They are completely rewriting history. It's crazy. And Crazy Joy Reid, she has now come out and said that she has seen no evidence that Donald Trump was hit by a bullet, quote unquote. Oh, okay, Joy. How about Corey sitting right behind him that's now dead? Is that enough for you? She is a lunatic. Anyone that would listen to her, something is not. You need to subscribe from me if you think Joy Reid is intelligent. All right. I am a Trump hating Republican. I respect the president and I love America. Don't come for me. You are absolutely welcome, Jennifer Lawton. 100% welcome. My preference, I love Tulsi Gabbard. Absolutely. My number one choice for president would have been Ben Carson. I think if the ticket had been Ben Carson and Tulsi Gabbard, I would be like a raving lunatic talking about politics all the time. I felt I'm conflicted about JD Vance. People that have watched my channel for a long time know that I'm very passionate about the Appalachia, the Ohio River Valley, Appalachia, that our liberal politics, we decimated that part of the nation. The United States government should be held personally responsible for the downfall of the people of Appalachia. And so that JD Vance in particular is the vice president, nominee. That does line up with my own personal soapbox. I just don't. He has some other ideas that I just am categorically against, right? So I'm pretty conflicted about that. I don't think that Donald Trump is the demon that he has definitely been painted to be. I certainly don't think in the United States of America that you can find somebody guilty of a multiple choice crime. We're in true crime, people. When have you ever heard a judge say, it doesn't matter which one of the crimes, if you think he committed crime A, crime B, crime C, or crime D, then you can find him guilty. That is going to get overturned so quickly. And I think they have been their own worst enemy in trying to combat Trump. And I think he is a guy that does love his country. I think he does think that he can do well. I do think that when he was in office, financially, I was 100% better off. This Biden experiment has been disastrous for me, my business, for my friends, for the people I know. I mean, it's been really terrible. So we are in a weird time. This is a weird, weird time. But yeah, I was sure hoping that he would choose Ben Carson or Tulsi Gabbard as VP, but he did what he did. So QB arrest records are all over. Oh, I haven't seen them. I don't know what they would be. King Luxury just put a video with the BlackRock connection to the fellow. There is a BlackRock connection and it's craziness. And y'all hang on to your britches because it's real. BlackRock began dumping their stock on July the 12th. What? What did they know that we didn't know? There's reality, folks. Not making it up. It's not hearsay. Jump on your investment software, look it up. It's real. It's questionable. And I don't think they expected the BlackRock video to come out. I don't think they recognized. I think they thought they had everything cleaned up and washed up. But it came out. And there it is. And then once you see BlackRock connected to this assassin, then you go look at their stock. They're dumping stock on the 12th. It's crazy. All right. Pam Frenchman, you are my superstar. Thank you so much for helping out. I sure appreciate it so much. So much. All right. Let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and end this. I will be back later on. It'll be later on this evening, and we'll do some true crime. All right. I choose the best person for the job. We don't have a great decision ahead of us. We're having a rough time these days. I was impressed with Trump last weekend. I'm going to sit right squarely with you, Desired. I think we do the best we can. And I think that if we have the United States government go after a candidate like this one has gone after Trump, I think we will never attract quality candidates ever again. So in many ways, my vote is going to be an act of defiance against the wrongful convictions, the never-ending accusations, the failure to confront policy. It's horrifying when your Department of Justice is involved in choosing your political candidate. That's some scary business. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm done. You guys have a great afternoon. Connie and Pam, thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all's help. It's much needed after a week of no work because of the hurricane. So thank you so much. Y'all have a great afternoon. Talk to you later. Bye.